Welcome to our fourth and final round here at Modern Mondays at Guardian Games. We've got a pretty spicy matchup again, two in a row here. Another Golgari Yawgmoth. This is the same player. And then we've got Christopher Chu here on Infect.
Yeah, so the way we pick from the players that have gotten the best record of the evening, and we pick the highest ranked table that chooses not to draw. So both Chris and Jordan went 3-0 this round. We only have one other player that went 3-0 in the event this evening. So we'll get to see who can take the prize at Modern Mondays this evening.
Yeah, what do we got in the prize pool this week? What do you think? 34 players?
Yeah, it's normally the same regardless of the number of players.
Oh,
I've
okay.
never gotten it, so I don't know what it is. Um, but I think there's
It's
probably
probably
like a
a
prize pack in, I don't know,
sizable,
20 to 30 bucks or something like that.
yeah, decent Monday haul. Noble Hierarch on turn one for Christopher, which is quite good.
Wow, main deck Spellskites
Ooh.
on Christopher's side. This is a very good start for Chris to be able to start the Spellskite to protect the Glistener Elf right from the get-go.
Yeah, I would be shaking in my boots here if I'm Jordan, for sure.
Yeah, see something like um, what's a new thing that turns it into a worm?
Scale up.
Scale
Yeah.
up in a distortion strike or something.
Yeah,
And
that's it. Just yeah, scale up really powerful because it just really lowers the amount of cards you need to kill your opponent. And just a couple of lands for Jordan so far. Hopefully some amount of removal in hand. At least get the Spellskite off the board to maybe deal with the... Okay,
that's a
that's a blocker.
blocker.
That's solid. That's blocks 2 turns.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna force Chris to trade a card. Is the land a Pendlehaven?
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Okay. Pendlehaven really solid here because you're
Doesn't
not
need
going
to
to be
use
able to get
card.
any value. But I think if you're on Jordan's side, you probably still block here.
I think you have to.
It's not a huge cost to bring interesting. Jordan does go no blocks, so
Oof.
we'll be able to see here if Chris gets the punish. Notably, scale up I believe is a sorcery, right?
Right,
So
right. It
we're
can't be
not going to
scale up.
see scale up. But if Chris is Groundswell an instant? I'm trying to think if we
It
can.
is, yeah. But with yeah, Groundswell's an instant, and Might of Old Krosa is an instant, but it's only +4/+4 if you do it during your main phase. It's +2/+2 otherwise, and then yeah, Become Immense, but it's uncastable here.
So Chris putting 3 Infect on Jordan.
Yeah, just 3. So I would assume that Jordan's game plan in this matchup would be to assemble the Yawgmoth combo,
Right. To
and
race,
that
yeah.
yeah, just trying to race with damage just won't be an option with that Spellskite in play.
Right. It's kind of nice for Jordan because the Yawgmoth combo is a little bit life intensive,
Right.
and Chris is not going after Jordan's life directly. So that resource is easily available for Jordan to make use of.
Yeah, and with the Eldritch Evolutions, you have access to a lot of Yawgmoths, and we're seeing now why Jordan chose not to block with the Strangleroot Geist, and it is because here's Yawgmoth.
I think we take a look at this card. We look at this card so much on the stream. We haven't even had it on that many matches, but it's one of those cards that I just feel like I
It does a
always need
lot.
to read again to make sure I fully understand everything that it does. Like I've hardly ever seen the proliferate
I've never seen
draw
it
card
actually.
mode,
I've
but
I've never
One of
seen
these days, it's gonna get me.
it. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have remembered that. If somebody was like, so name the card that has 2 black, discard a card, proliferate, I'd be like, that's not a card. You're just
Doesn't
making things
exist.
up.
Yeah. Stop lying.
It also has protection from humans. Protection from, wait, what? It's a human though.
Super heads up. Jordan does decide to block this time around.
Yeah.
I think. I
It,
think you maybe test it the last time around. Don't test it again.
Akawano, it is in fact me. How you doing? Good to see you in a different chat, in the Portland paper chat.
Yeah, welcome Aquana for the this is the last round of Modern Action, so you're seeing the best of the best that Guardian Games has to offer.
These are the best 2 players of the evening.
See the Geist again and Apatra. This is gonna mow down Chris's board.
Yep, that'll do the trick.
This is gonna allow us to do. We saw this the last game where Hapatra is gonna make a snake every time a -1/-1 counter is put on something.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sack from Yawgmoth. Take a look at Yawgmoth again. Put a -1/-1 counter on something. Hapatra will make a snake. Then we'll be able to just sack the snake.
Thanks, mentally stable adult. Really appreciate that. Glad y'all are having a good time in the stream today. But yeah, and Jordan's explaining it to Christopher right now. But that snake, for each life that Jordan pays, as Ian was just explaining, just as many -1/-1 counters as you'd like. We got a Might of Old Krosa there from Christopher to make Jordan pay some more life, which I'm sure Jordan is happy to do.
We're having the old life off here.
Yeah.
Chris is putting Jordan to the test here. But
yeah,
then,
quite a combo. Quite a combo. I'm impressed at what this Yawgmoth deck has been doing.
Yes.
That is sweet.
It's played against a couple decks where clearing the board completely has been good, and
Just
boy
game
has it
over.
been able to do that.
Yeah. And there's still a snake left over even.
Right. And Jordan's sitting on 9 more life, so Chris is unlikely to be able to do anything here.
And he agrees with you. and the only thing he was able to do was scoop him up.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Very impressive there. Just turn 3 Yawgmoth, turn 4 wipe your board. Through however many pump spells you want.
Don't sleep on this Yawgmoth deck at your locals. This is actually the second time. There have not been that many players that have brought this deck, but this is the second time I've seen it hanging out in the top tables. Jordan doing a good job navigating these games as well. So, it's got that. If you're the sort of player that likes a toolbox aspect, you can. We did see a game where Jordan took Eldritch Evolution for Revoker to keep himself from dying from the Vizier combo. Like it's got a lot of lines.
Yeah, to be honest, I did not think that Jordan was going to make it out of that Elves match with a W. And not only did he do that, but he also took the first game of the finals here. So looking really good for Jordan on this Golgari Yawgmoth.
God, I hope Yawgmoth's not the new Oko. I think Yawgmoth's right where he's got to be.
That's fair. Mentally stable adult. If you're playing Crabvine, you probably don't care too much about your dudes getting some -1/-1
yeah,
counters.
you wouldn't. But I imagine this deck is a 4 ley line in the board deck, so you probably care about that if you're Crabvining.
Right, definitely care about the ley lines, but
game 1 you're probably running it over pretty easily.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think there's much recourse for the Yawgmoth deck. It's not every day you get to see Young Wolf running around in a modern deck.
The Young Wolf.
The Young Wolf. It's it was questionable even in standard at the time to see it, but I don't know. It's doing some decent things here. Just 2 bodies for
It's
1.
it's dying and coming back.
It's undying. Oh, it's got some flavor text. And it's a good looking wolf.
I think the bear had better flavor text.
The Ulvenwald makes no allowances for youth. Today's newborn is either tomorrow's hunter or tomorrow's lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's their reasoning for it, like, not dying?
Oh, yeah, it's kind of. This is the one that survived. The one that,
Yeah,
like, they tried to take it down, but then it ate the other wolf, and now it's
yeah,
bigger.
now it's bigger, yeah.
Mm.
Or it ate the whatever else. What was happening during Dark Ascension? It was just like turmoil, Avacyn,
Uh,
and Gristlebrand.
yeah, demons.
There was
I don't
Gristlebrand
know.
running
I didn't
around.
play it. I was out of Magic for this time period.
Yeah, it was a Delver dominated standard with Ponder and Delver and Snapcaster all being in the same
Yeah, let's give
same
blue the
format.
best creature.
Yeah.
Let's just give green like the biggest finger. Well, now who gets to give blue the finger? Green does. That's who gets to give blue the finger now.
That's true. Veil of Summer.
Yeah.
Pretty powerful. Yeah, I'm expecting Jordan to have brought in some amount of Revoker probably to stop the Spellskite and some amount of removal. Then Christopher, how does Shaper's Sanctuary read? Does that count abilities as well, or is that just spells?
That's a good question. Let's take a look at it. But definitely a good card to have on your radar. Oh, yeah. So Shaper Sanctuary is spell or ability.
Oh,
So
okay.
seems strong in the matchup. The thing is that's a little awkward is if Jordan gets a lock similar to what he had, even if Chris is able to refill their hand with something like a Shaper Sanctuary in play, you're probably still not winning that game, to be honest.
That's true. Yeah, once Yawgmoth has already been established, it's going to be difficult. I'm sure there are going to be some removal spells brought in for Chris.
Yeah.
I saw at least 2 Dismember in their sideboard.
Yeah, Dismember seems great.
So, yeah, being able to deal with the Yawgmoth, even if the Yawgmoth gets to still deal with your board in response, having some recourse of, drawing a new hand for that, and then...
Right. And you can respond to the Undying trigger, so...
Right.
Or like the whole Yawgmoth combo is predicated on like a number of triggers, so many of which you can respond to and interrupt the chain. So
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I saw Young Wolf at the front, and I really thought we were gonna see the Young Wolf.
Every time someone plays a Birds of Paradise on turn 1, I always think of the Hanson song. Bop.
Yeah. Yeah. I got really into an acoustic version of that just really recently. I'll have to show it to you.
It's just a good song, really. It's just a good song. There's a reason it's stuck in everyone's head forever.
Mm-hmm. How you like that? Six infect right off the bat. Putting Jordan under the gun immediately.
That's a lot of infect. What is that?
Looks like a wall of roots, maybe some new art on a wall of roots. And
wall
a
of
Patra.
Roots and a Patra. So
I think we're tossing that wall of roots in front of the Glistener Elf here.
Yeah, that definitely seems like the plan. And then potentially next turn with any land, it's Yawgmoth wipe your board time again. And I think I saw a glimmer of a human that has protection from humans in Jordan's hand.
I forgot. I was like, what is that? just the text on that card. It's just too much text. It's more text than a Questing. I remember all the text on Questing Beast. I don't remember all the text on Yawgmoth. Too much.
Fun story about Questing Beast is it beats a True Name Nemesis in combat.
Oh boy, does it beat a True Name Nemesis.
It beats a True
Stomps
Name
on
Nemesis.
a True Name.
Who would have thought?
Mm-hmm.
That's some random four drop from the new standard set, which doesn't even mean anything anymore. And only people are only playing cards from 2019
Yeah.
at this point. So it's not even like, oh, the new standard set had a good
Yeah.
legacy card. It's like,
Right.
oh, the new standard set didn't have good legacy
Yeah.
cards. What are you
What is
talking
Wizards
about?
doing up there?
Yeah. But but yeah, Questy B, pretty strong. I've been playing 4 in a lot of my Pioneer decks to great effect. And that looks like a
Man.
second black source.
Well,
Oh,
Olive Root's got the old mix of counters. We have an -0 -1 counter and some number of -1 counters. Ooh,
Blossoming
blossoming
D.
defense. Do we see anything in response here from Jordan?
I don't think it's necessary, but
Well, did we move to Chris's turn? Was this on the attack?
yeah, this is
Oh,
this is
okay.
post damage after Hapatra has triggered and is trying to kill the Glistener Elf.
Okay, I see.
And
Gotcha. Yawgmoth birds.
Yawgmoth Bird pass. No upkeep activation is interesting.
It
I
is
think
interesting.
I think I might have activated on upkeep there, trying to kill the elf.
Yeah, but well, so Chris still doesn't have blue mana, which is kind of the interesting part here. So,
Right.
and Jordan has plenty of stuff sitting on the board. So
Yeah, I mean he's fine, but I think it's just a free like pay 1 life kill a Glistener Elf sounds really good.
but you run into any pump spell that Chris wants to play.
But then you just sack the snakes, right? And then it's just as much damage as you want to deal.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I guess I'm just so used to never doing anything against. Ooh, that is a
Ooh.
late Grafdigger's Cage, and probably not going
And
to be that useful. Oof.
again, not killing the Glistener Elf. I guess you might as well kill it now.
I wonder if Jordan's maybe got. Yeah, I'm used to trying to go for stuff on end step with Infect.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And then obviously during your own turn.
Right. It is generally better to do that because you don't want them to be able to hit you with all their pump spells
Right.
and also go over the top of whatever removal you've used.
Ooh,
But
does Grafdigger's Cage stop undying?
it does, yes.
Oh, well, that will take care of it in any case. Rex Sage comes out.
And he's got the snake. I wish he had snake tokens.
Yeah.
I feel like
It is one thing that we get. We do sometimes chastise our feature match players. Please bring your tokens. It'll
yeah,
help your cause.
like for me, like when you're playing at the GP level, at F&M at Modern Monday, bring your dice. It's fine, but you can't represent something being tapped or untapped with dice,
Yeah.
and that's a big issue.
Yep.
So I personally like I would grab my opponent at the back of a card or
Right.
something and just give them something so that we can
Right.
be like, that's a snake and it's tapped.
Yeah, you
'Cause
want to have a clean board state. It
yeah,
avoids weird confrontations. It's just like, it's just worth doing, truthfully.
yeah,
And
yeah.
snake tokens might be hard to find, but you take a little Pokemon card, you put a sleeve over it, you take an
Oh yeah,
Ekans,
Ekans.
you
Snake
draw.
spelled backwards.
Yeah, you draw the little, the stats on it, a few of them.
Yeah.
You got some good-looking snake tokens.
Yeah, even get an Arbok out there.
Mm-hmm. Phew, man, and Jordan's ran. I mean, he's played it well too, but he has ran hot. He's had the answers for everything his opponents have been doing, and takes it down with Yawgmoth in a pretty quick set of 2 games.
I mean, you saw it here first. Yawgmoth is the new meta. Um, how are you gonna beat Yawgmoth with Oko? They could just mow down all your Elks and then mow down your Oko, right?